Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian from Ridgeback Productions, and I help beginning voiceover talents grow their business and generate income. Well, I haven't had a good singing part in a long time. I'm sure you missed it. I know I did too. Man, it's been busy. And you know what? If you see some sweat, if I look a little glistening on this beautiful head of mine, it is because it is hot. Oh my gosh, it gets so smoking hot here in the studio, and I step out and I go into the reception area a lot and get some water and try and talk to some people and free up. Okay, anyways, enough of that, huh? Hey, check this out. So kind of cool. 2 services that I do to help you grow your business and generate income, blah, 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 blah. 2 of the main ones that I do is I do gig reviews, and that's what this is going to be. It's going to be a nice Fiverr gig review, but I also offer consultations. I offer consultations with clients for 60 minutes. It often goes over 60 minutes. And we do consultations of everything from how do I get started to what should I do next to, okay, I've been doing this a while and I've plateaued. Now what do I do to... every once in a while I even get like, hey, I'm looking for an alternative. I'm doing really good in the business. I need some new ideas. I do it all, okay? Typically it happens from the Fiverr gig review, and then talents, they get their gig review, and then they want to do a consultation to like dive deeper into it. This one was a switch, and sometimes it happens. Oftentimes I'll just do like consultations. They don't want a gig review. They just want a consultation. This one was kind of cool. So this one is for Craig. Craig and I already had a consultation, and we met. We chatted, super cool dude, and then we talked about how he can get started on Fiverr, and this is it. This is him getting started on Fiverr. So we're going to have a look at Craig's Fiverr gig, and I'm going to rip it apart, I'm going to do my best to just be as insulting as I possibly can. Okay, I might not try and be insulting, but I am going to be critical. I mean, that's the goal, right? You want to grow, you want to get some advice, and Craig's a super good guy, and I know he can take it, and I'm not doing it to be mean. He knows that. If you are interested in getting your own gig review, just click down in the YouTube description below for Fiverr gig review. Happy to do one for you as well. I love doing these. They don't all go on YouTube. This one had to go on YouTube because, well, Craig's just a super cool guy, and I don't know. I knew even before going over this gig I was going to put it on YouTube just because I like him. He's such a good guy. All right. Anyways, that being said, let's rip apart the good guy. Let's go. All right, here we are having a look at the gig. Starting off with the title, we're going to go from the tip to the toenails, top to bottom. Let's go. Starting with the title, I will record your professional American male voiceover. It's hitting everything that it needs to hit. I want you to hit 3 things. I want you to tell me where you're from, what gender, sex are you, and what do you do? So he's American, he's male, and voiceover. He has the adjective of professional. That's great. There's a bunch of stuff you could put in there. Relaxed American, conversational, whatever you want. It's fine. Make sure you have American male voiceover or whatever you are, British female voiceover. Then you got 2 options with voiceover. It can be 1 word or it can be 2 word. In this situation, Craig is using voice space over, no problem. What we're going to do at the bottom of this gig, towards the end of the review, we're going to check his keywords. And I want to make sure that you are using, if you're using voiceover 2 words in your title, make sure you use it as 1 word in your keyword. And just the switch. If you use voiceover 1 word in your title, make sure you have voiceover 2 word in keyword. It just goes together. All right. Title's good, man. I like it. Having a look at your profile picture. I like your profile picture. I'm a huge proponent of it being you. I want it to be a picture of you. I don't want it to be a picture of the business, logo, nothing like that. Let's get personal. Let's let the buyers know that they're actually working with a real person, not an AI person. And let's use a real picture of yourself. Big advocate for that. Good job, Craig. You look great. All right. Having a look at your summary. Your summary is 1-day delivery. Highly recommend that. you're doing one revision, $15 for 200 words. That's great. What I want you to switch though, Craig, because this is like the whole new thing that I'm going after, is 100. I like 100 words. So if you want to do $15, great. Let's do $15 for 100 words. There's a couple reasons for that. And if you haven't seen the video on it now, I'm going to put it in the top corner, one of these corners. I switched to 100, I think is what it's called, and the reasons behind it. But very briefly, the reason that I like the word count for a number of words is 100. So every 100 words is just 100 is very easily recognizable. It's associated with so many different things, from the boiling state of Celsius to 100 is perfection, 100 pennies in a dollar, all that stuff. And more importantly, Fiverr has said that in polling buyers just like real simple, let's just do 100 words kind of thing where it just makes sense to them. So let's do $15 for 100 words, right? So you're going to make more money anyways on that, but I like it. Okay, having a look at your thumbnail looks good. I want the rule of thirds, meaning your picture takes up 2/3 of the image, the text takes up 1/3 of the image, and it's kind of bold, it stands out, it says what you do. One little look at this and I can tell that you're a voiceover artist and you're a male voiceover. It's perfect. And you're from America, you got the flag. It looks great. I kind of go back and forth on the little adjectives, you have professional, friendly, reliable. That's great. Just make sure that it stands out, right? So to stand out, it needs to be big. If you think about the buyer gallery is 4 across and infinitely down, which means your thumbnail is small, especially on a phone. Thumbnail is small. Buyers aren't going to creep up on the screen to read your text. So just make sure whatever you put, it stands out. And the more you put, the more busy it's going to look, because you have to make everything big so it can be seen. Yours doesn't look too busy, Craig, but I would not add more than that. That looks good. It's well placed. Whoever made this thumbnail did a great job. If I could be critical, and it's nothing to change, it looks like it's almost transparent. The opacity is turned way down, of a microphone with a pop filter. It's fine, but you almost don't need that. I mean, you could even go away with like a gradient red or a solid red, but I wouldn't change it. It's just careful. That's the whole point. Yours looks great, Craig, but for everybody else, just be careful that you don't add too much. It's easy to throw too much into the sauce, as my grandma from Italy used to say. You don't need to put too much in the sauce. Sauce is good. Okay. All right. I already know that you're going to have a demo reel because, we work together and you're a smart man because you came to me. All right. Enough of that. So here's what we're looking for. Fiverr lets you put up 4 demos, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one is your first impression demo reel. That's what we're about to watch for Craig's. And it's going to be a demo reel. It's going to be switching spots every 8 to 12 seconds. And it's going to be a video. And I know Craig's going to do a video because we already worked together. We already went over these details. He already knows what's up. For those of you that don't, your first impression demo reel, it needs to be a video. You're way, 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 way more likely to get hired with a video. Get yourself a video. And then the other 3, your 2, 3, 4 demos, don't have to be a reel. They can, but they don't have to be. They could just be like your 15, your 30s, your 60 spot, your 90 spot, whatever you want. A longer section if you have like audiobook, documentary, any form of long form narration, whatever. It's all good. All right, let's have a look at Craig's first impression demo reel.
Coco's chocolate. There's nothing quite like it. The way it melts on the tongue, invigorating your taste buds. The way that just a hint of it can make any treat all the more exciting.
Home to the CONCACAF Gold Cup, Copa America, the UEFA European Championship, and the FIFA World Cup 2026. The world's biggest soccer events are on Fox Sports.
It's the smallest details that are the most important to a family experiencing the loss of a loved one. At Power's Funeral Home, we always do what we can to include a personal touch, making your tribute a truly unique and memorable experience.
I really like that one. Yeah, I really like that spot. I would put that a little bit earlier. That sounds good. So far, I'm not a huge fan of your second spot.
the way that just a hint of it can make any treat all the more exciting.
Home to the CONCACAF Gold Cup, Copa America.
I don't know why. Your delivery's good. The video's good. I don't know. It's just not believable. There's something about it that just stands out as that you didn't do it. I don't know if that makes sense. I know you did do it. I mean, you physically did record this, but it just, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this one.
Hi, we're Dry Zone Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Since 1987, over 85,000 homeowners have trusted basement systems to fix their basements. Basement waterproofing, foundation wall repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Call Dry Zone Basement Systems today.
So I do like it. So if you notice, Craig put his thumbnail at the end of his demo reel, his video. That's what you need to do too, because Fiverr will let you select a screenshot from your video for what you want to use as your thumbnail. And then just like Craig did, and what you should do, select your thumbnail. Your thumbnail is like the last 2 seconds or whatever of the video. Just pause it on that section of the video where your thumbnail is, and then you can select that as your thumbnail. Good job, Craig. You're dynamite, dude. You took good notes. You're hammering it out. I love it. Okay, so let me give you some critiques just because I want you to grow even more. I don't really like that one spot, the Fox, the soccer spot. I love soccer, but that spot, I just didn't like it. I don't know. It didn't work for me. If I was to see your audio file, I don't think the levels are balanced. It just seemed like some of the spots were much louder than other spots. I mean, even on like the funeral home one where you didn't have, it's not high energy. It's not your energy level. It was the volume. It almost didn't sound like it was at the same volume. So no need to redo this, but if you do it, redo it, or if next time you go to fix it or whatever your case is, and any of you, make sure that your audio levels, all your volume levels are the same. So you could be talking very calm and sad and sympathetic for a funeral home. And then you're high energy for a car commercial. It doesn't matter. Energy level doesn't matter. Just make sure all your audio levels are set the same. And what I recommend, I would peak them out. Honestly, I would hammer them up to the top. I'd peak them all out at like -1, which, yeah, I know people recommend go to -6 or go to -3. And for a finished product and on Fiverr, I mean, they're compressing it as it is. So anyways, put it at -1. Overall, it looks good though, Craig. I like it. You did a bang up job. Super dupe. All right, let's check out your second demo.
Welcome, new seniors, to the program. There is no better time to be a part of our company. What if you asked the right questions and quickly found your path?
Yeah, this is good. So what I'm listening for, other than Craig already knows all this because we've already worked together. What I'm listening for is I want to make sure that you're giving me a range of what you can do. I don't want it to all sound conversational. I don't want it to all sound the same. This one, he's calling it corporate, something I can't read, but it sounds corporate. Where he had other spots in his first impression demo reel that didn't really sound corporate, but that's fine. You're giving a range that you can do all different kinds of things. So good job. And then your demos 2, 3, and 4, which is what we're listening to right now, they're not repeats of the demo reel, which I know Craig's not going to do because he knows better. I give him a slap on the wrist if he does, but he won't. Nice. Got another picture here. Perfect. Just another thumbnail. Great. No problem at all.
Happy holidays, and thank you for calling Pete's Auto.
Yep.
Our hours are a little different during the holiday season. Please listen carefully to the following changes. Customer support is available to...
This is really good. Your IVR delivery is really good. And I don't say that all the time. So just sometimes genres stick out to me when I hear a talent do it. I'm like, yep, no, you got it. You're good at IVR. If I had a business, I'd want your voice on it. This is great. Sometimes talents tend to go a little too robotic when they do their IVR. You don't. You just sounding like a friendly professional that's answering the phone. Good job.
Sometimes you will find yourself in a situation where things may not be black and white, and you may be uncertain of what to do next. You're not alone. Our Code of Conduct is a practical guide to help you navigate ethical dilemmas, and our team leaders are trained to be aware of potential problems and deal with them effectively, fairly, transparently, and with integrity. Section 3. In the next few minutes, you will learn the basics of crate training your new puppy. When you bring your pup home for the first time, you should already have his crate set up with new...
I'm going to pick this apart a little bit for you, man. So I like it. When we do an instructional video, well, of course it depends on what the client is looking for, but oftentimes instructional videos are kind of a slower delivery because it's instruction. And oftentimes our audio, our VO will accompany some sort of video that they're watching, but because it's instructional, sometimes we got to slow it down. I'm not saying you're talking too fast, but allow some of this stuff to kick in, and then in chapter 3, we're going to be talking about how to train your pup when they just come home. Getting it, whatever. I don't know what the words were, but for any of you that are watching this, sometimes instructional delivery, it's kind of a slower thing because it's learning, and other delivery styles, it's kind of fast paced and, keep it going, keep the engagement. With an instructional video, sometimes the delivery is just a little bit slower. And then just to pick it apart even more, I liked it overall. That's why I gave it a little bit of a longer listen, but I didn't really like the beginning.
Sometimes you will find yourself in a situation where things may not be black and white.
Yeah, I just wish it was more of like sometimes you might be in a position where not, whatever. I don't know. The opening just didn't sound right to me. If I was the client, I would have wanted that changed. Overall, it's good. Let's keep going. Okay, so your About This Gig section is literally about the gig and not about the seller. I want to hear about your gig, what you're going to do, what you have to offer. How are you going to make me feel as the buyer? All right, I'm an American male voice actor, so you instantly go into you. It's supposed to be about the gig, not you. With this gig, I'll provide an American male. Okay, so you don't even need that whole section right there. I'm an American male voice actor. Ditch it. That shouldn't be there. You could open up with this gig, I'll provide an American voice that's sincere, conversational, authentic, believable for your project. Yep. Or don't put the descriptions and just put, I'll provide an American voice that fits the style you're looking for your project. Sometimes, like, what if I'm a buyer and I don't want sincere, conversational, authentic? What if I want upbeat announcer? So you're not going to do that for me? Of course you're going to do that. Anyway, so don't nail it down into what specifically you're going to give as far as the style and tones, because the buyer might want something different. I will deliver projects that are 200 words or less in 24 hours. Great. Voice and edit projects that are timely for good. Okay, so what Craig's doing here is he's telling the buyer what they can expect, what they're going to get. I like it. And I've kind of went over the formula with Craig on how you can figure out, because you want one-day delivery. So you got to figure out, well, how much can you actually deliver in 24 hours? In Craig's situation, he's saying he can do 200 words or less in 24 hours. It's great as long as you can do something. Maybe you can only do 100. Maybe you can do 2,500. It doesn't matter, but you got to find how many words can you do in 24 hours. And then that's what he did. Great. Voices I provide. I wouldn't put voices. That's going to be more like genres or areas of voiceover I focus on, something. When you say voices I provide, a lot of times a buyer thinks of a character. It makes me think of like a character and what voices a character would want. Okay. This is good. If I were to add, and then I like that you have a call to action, click to continue to start. If I was just to add something to this, Craig, I would put more of a step-by-step. What can the buyer expect as far as your communication? How's the order process going to happen? Can they reach out to you if they have any questions? Are you going to reach out to them if you have any questions for clarification? Just add a little bit more section on that. Make them feel like you're taking care of them. Okay. English, mail, video narration, e-learning, commercial. Great. Your accents look great. Your tones are good. Just make sure whatever you say in your tones, authoritative, calming, casual, deep, gritty. I would actually switch one of those out. I would change gritty and put conversational, because you definitely have that, Craig. Just make sure your tones, if you say you're going to do it, show me in the demo. All right, what do we got? Craig, Nice. All right, that's perfect. A little bit about you. All right, your order details, just looking at it, they look a little short. I would add more. Script proofreading. Depending on the length of the script, you could, if you charge less, you might sell it more, because it depends on what you're going to do. But okay, you'll split files, additional revisions. Make sure you have your revision policy just nailed down exactly on how you're going to do it. You'll do background music, live direction, extra fast delivery, maybe video sync. I don't know. I would just add a couple more things. This is the area where you actually can make some money, because you like tag on more costs for like the things that they need. And if you don't offer it, you can't get money for it, because it doesn't work where a buyer wants something, let's just say video sync. If a buyer starts to ask if you do video sync and then you throw out some arbitrary number, it's like, well, where'd you get that from? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it needs to be on the menu. There's no hidden food things that are not on the menu. Whatever you'll offer, put it in here. All right, you should have 5 FAQs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Love it, love it, love it. Your top ones, your revision policy. Okay, and finally, having a look at your tags. You can have 5 tags. You do have 5 tags. The first thing, the number one thing I look for in your tags is how did you use voiceover, and did you use the opposite in your tags? So for voiceover, you use it as 2 words for your title. Your tag, you should have it as 1 word. You do. I see that you're using conversation as a tag. Honestly, you can make that one of your tones, which I recommended earlier, and then that eliminates that tag. Now you have a new tag that you can use. Corporate, friendly, energy, that's good. Ideally, what you're putting here is your tag should reflect what words do you think a buyer would put in to find you. These are all just words that are going to help buyers find you. And if you want to add 2 words, 3 words, you can do that too. They'd include it as 1 tag. You can put up to 3 words and 30 characters, I believe. Awesome. Okay, let's go back up to the top. Sweet. So what is the big takeaway, Craig? The big takeaway, man, there's nothing like that clearly stands out to me. I think you did a great job. I'm proud of you. I think, I know you're just getting started. I bet that the money will start coming in. I mean, for those of you that are in this place with Craig right now where you're just starting out, to say Fiverr's oversaturated, I don't know if it's oversaturated, but there is a lot of us. There's a lot of us, and with AI kind of taking and growing, it's been tough. It's been tough, and Fiverr is real slow in the summer times typically, and then this is happening in the summertime, thus all my sweat. I love it though, Craig. This is dynamite, man. Your big takeaway is you don't need to change it now, but I would ditch that one spot. I'm just not a huge fan of that one spot in your demo, but other than that, it sounds pretty good, man. It sounds pretty good. I'm proud of you. You did a great job. Sweet, and I genuinely do mean that. Good job, Craig. I'm super proud of you. If you're interested yourself in getting one of these gig reviews, I'll go through it as best I can. There wasn't a whole lot that Craig needed to improve on, but that makes sense because we literally had a 1-hour consultation where the guy was just taking notes and we were talking about what he needed to get done. So he kind of knew what to do before he built it. So I'm proud of him. You did a good job. I'd be happy to take a look at a Fiverr gig review for you. Just click that link down below in the description. Yes! And I got you. I got you, boo. All right, guys, I appreciate you checking in. If you're interested in some more great content, make sure that you hit like, subscribe, and follow the channel so that you can see all the videos that are coming out. And if you want to see another great video, check it out on the screen right here. We'll see you next time. See ya!